Good morning, my brothers and sisters. What does your soul long to obtain? What do your eyes long to see? We're going to hear about what the psalmist longs to attain. This is from Psalm 119, the longest psalm in the Bible. We're going to start in verse 81. We're taking little chunks at a time, little stanzas, 8-verse stanzas. Here's one today. My soul longs for your salvation. I hope in your word. My eyes long for your promise. I ask, when will you comfort me? For I've become like a wineskin in the smoke, yet I have not forgotten your statutes. How long must your servant endure? When will you judge those who persecute me? The insolent have dug pitfalls for me. They do not live according to your law. All your commandments are sure. They persecute me with falsehood. Help me. They have almost made an end of me on earth. But I have not forgotten your precepts. In your steadfast love, give me life, that I may keep the testimonies of your mouth. So here's what I notice in this. The psalmist here is longing for something. He's hoping in something. My eyes long for. And two things I notice about what he desires is you cannot see it now, except in promise, and you cannot see it here, except in shadow. So here the psalmist longs for something, your salvation, the fulfillment of the promise. I want what you said was going to happen. But the timing is not now, not yet. So you kind of want it now, but it sounds like during the course of this life, I'm not going to fully see this. Now, this reminds me about Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews chapter 11 lists very prominent people, many of which you know, and then a whole list of people that you don't know, lowly people that never kind of made the verbal list. But these are all unknown witnesses that have gone before and that stayed faithful to the end. And it says this about them, and is verse 39. And all these, though commended through their faith, did not receive what was promised. So on this earth, they didn't receive what was promised. So the Hall of Fame of faith is full of people, and the Psalms are full of people, and Psalm 119 is full of a person who did not yet receive what had been promised. When? Well, when they were still here. But make no mistake, following this life, they all received what was promised. So when is that goal? There's some shadow of the reality is realized on your day of conversion, but later on the day of my achievement of heaven, the day of your death. So when my time here has ended is the fulfillment of a lot of these promises. So two things. The location is not here. So where is that goal? Is it even on this planet? So think about this. The goal isn't even here, not on this world. So similarly, what are my eyes looking for? Is it something on this planet, some particular beauty or place or relational achievement or academic goal or some travel destination even or financial hurdle that is successfully met or some life stage that has gone through? What the psalmist is saying is the object of his ambitions are otherworldly. His aspirations are not here and not now. He speaks of a salvation that is, at least in one sense, currently incomplete. Now, I did not awaken this day and find myself in the arms of the Lord. So I agree that this has been ultimately achieved by God already, but not currently seen. So I'm hoping in your word and that what you said is going to happen is happening. So you cannot see it now, except in promise. You cannot see it here, except in shadow. The end he calls for are not on this earth. So my eyes long for something I cannot yet see. I'm trusting in a promise. So it begs a couple of questions. Do I even know what the promise is? So just, flat out a question, how is your knowledge of the promise? Have you availed yourself of his history, of the people of the promise? Have you walked through the encounters of this previous people that have done this with the Lord and how they interacted with that revelation, the word, and the ways of God? So just knowledge. The second one is, how's your faith in the promise? What's my response? Am I hoping in the Word, trusting in His comfort, not forsaking to the very end? So perhaps your death is imminent, as all of ours are ultimately heading in that direction. And perhaps you are probing the power of this promise, the potency of the hope. So here's what our psalmist is doing. He's declaring his deal with God solid. He's reviewing and reporting on the potency of the promise. So it is his answer to the question, is it real? Is God reliable? Is what he promised true? And when do I achieve this promised benefit? So he answers, when the timing is right, which is after this life, after my death, and when the location is right. Then maybe you can call that paradise, like he did to the thief on the cross, or heaven, or the new earth as it's described in Revelation. So are the promises real? Is the promise maker true? Yes, yes, yes. So join with the psalmist and with me and with the Hall of Fame of faith people whose faith has now become sight, and say, my soul got what it longed for, your salvation. My hope in the Word was found true. Your commandments are sure. And my eyes got to see what you promised. And I will see you there. Thanks for listening.